It's a romantic fantasy that men want to be accepted for who they are. And there is a level to which that's extreme, but there is also a level to which that makes sense. It is extreme if the man is not ready to put in any work to improve at all. But it is not extreme if the man is honestly trying. And if you have to understand that the average man, the one that have sense, they're not so many, but the ones that have sense, they have one mission: just to make their wives happy. They want to make you happy. But the unfortunate reality is that sometimes they eventually get to a point where they feel they will never be good enough for you. You have to understand that the way a man is wired, he's wired to be a giver. And because he's wired to be a giver, he depends on you to appreciate what he's giving, to make meaning of what he's giving. And so, the way you criticize and give that feedback, you must do it understanding that even if men form hard guy, they are sensitive. They are sensitive. And that feedback is not just what you say, it's how you say it. I saw something years ago. Not too long ago. And it was so profound. This guy talked about his ex and his current spouse, how they reacted to something as little as his, beard bumps. So when he would hug his ex, she would just go, she had a sensitive skin. Oh, your beard makes me uncomfortable. And all he kept hearing is, I'm not good enough. But this other lady he eventually got married to, every time they hug, when he had a clean shave, she would say, oh, I like it when you have shaved. That's feedback. Oh. You see the difference? Oh, I like it when you shave. He said because of that, it was a mental note every 2 days. My God. You said I can talk to you, right? Women have a superpower that has been reflected as weakness in this generation. Let me say this to you first and foremost. That superpower has been abused by irresponsible men. But in the right setting, under the right context, it is still powerful. Are you ready for what I'm about to say? I gave a subtle example when I was talking about how a woman tells you she's hungry. When she's out on a date with you, she says, are you hungry? So subconsciously, women are wired to put an idea in your mind and make you take initiative for the collective good. What if you learned that consciously? There's a movie. How many of you have seen the movie Inception? All right, in the movie Inception, they came up with a technology where you could enter the mind of someone, drop an idea in the mind. And when the person comes back, the idea will seem original. I am telling you, women have that superpower. And so, for instance, it is proven that instead of telling men what to do all the time, if you allow them take initiative, instead of saying, this box is broken, fix it. If you say, what do you think we can do to this box? The man will feel, you say, okay, so I'll just call the carpenter, I'll just this, the same thing. I'll give you a Bible example. This one is sensitive. I will ask you again, should I talk or should I not talk? All right. We read up about Esther, forgetting that the queen had an ex. And there is so much to learn because it is the same man treating two different women drastically different. You could make an argument for Vashti. She had a right. Why will you just call me to come and entertain your guests? But the question is, does that strategy work? Particularly for powerful men, does it work? Listen, if your goal is to insist on your rights, fine. If your goal is to have a happy home, to work with someone that you trust for a collective goal, then if there is a more excellent way, use it. That same king that Vashti wanted to use Agidi, Esther, she used submission to Esther used submission to get him to kill. You know the story, don't you? The time she came in like this, I said, you are powerful. You don't understand. The hardest man in the world, if you know how to pull the strings, all the things you have been quarreling about, he will give you. He will give you his kingdom. Men, I told you, men are more romantic. Read the story about Herod. Just small down, so he said, ask me anything to the half of my kingdom. Half of my down, so which kind of leg? You see, I am telling you, a man can go to war, conquer battles, take over territory, then small dance, he will give you half.